In this video, I want to explore how it is that the thinking mind interferes with a process that is far older than itself, the process of feeling. And so you may have gone down this YouTube rabbit hole trying to figure out, how I should exercise, when I should eat. There's been so many new fads of things like first fasting, and now there's one meal a day, and then sometimes you'll get on a schedule where you'll skip a couple days, and now maybe you were running, but now people are telling you that elevates the stress hormone, so maybe you shouldn't do cardio, and it's just one thinking problem after another. And if you're like me, sometimes you'll go through the menu and so many things get off the menu that you're just left eating air. And so we're really at a unique time in the human experiment, a time when we're starting to recognize that the thinking our way out of this thinking problem just isn't working. And if we look at our ancestors, these were never problems. They ate when they were hungry, they slept when they were tired, and everything just worked its way out. And it's really, really similar to that old Zen saying. There's an old Zen proverb that goes something like, when you're hungry, eat, and when you're tired, sleep. And that's basically, that's it with life. The rest of everything else works its way out. So the mind came online about 40 to 70,000 years ago, really successful in terms of helping humans, at least our version, Homo sapiens, survive. But the problem is, that mind is step program. It's still running, and everything has changed. We don't have an ice age here or there, and we don't have the environment or the problems that we used to deal with, but it has nothing to do, so it's continuously thinking up new problems. Antonio Damasio puts the date of feeling at about 600 million years ago. So in his view, the universe became conscious of feelings about 600 million years before it started to think its way around problems. Now, there's a very popular theory in psychology called the two-factor theory of emotion, and it's maybe still one of the most popular theories of what we think of when we think about emotion. But that's the problem. We're thinking about our emotions rather than feeling them. As Pascal once put it, the heart has reasons that reason does not know. And so the two-factor theory suggests that there are two factors. One is just the sensation of being in a body, feeling our heartbeat, sweating, just what it feels like to be in a living, as a living being. The second part is an interpretive function of the mind. And so if your heart's beating really fast and you look down and see a winning lottery ticket, the mind interprets that as excitement. If your heart's beating really fast and you look out and see a big group and you've just made some mistake, then the mind interprets that as being anxiety. And the problem is, at least the way I look at it, is that it's another thinking problem. In other words, we've interjected thought into a 600 million year old experience of feeling, and feelings had a certain wisdom to them that the thinking mind simply cannot appreciate. And so I'll leave you with a really simple exercise here that has helped me out kind of navigate through, not just through life, but through a lot of these, perplexing issues of, what should I eat? Well, you know what you should eat, as long as you can sidestep it as a thinking problem. And so when you think you have to make a decision, let the thinking mind just kind of step aside and just watch to see what the body does. Instead of thinking and considering what you should eat, just stop thinking and just, watch and see what you do. Now, the thinking mind, doesn't have an easy time taking a back seat to any of this. It's so convinced that if it just thinks long enough, it's going to have all of this figured out. So it's a different approach to take, to just kind of watch to see what you're going to do. But it's connecting with this 600 million year old experience and wisdom of knowledge, and if you can turn down the thinking mind, you absolutely don't just know when to eat and when to sleep. You know exactly what your body needs, when it needs it, and it's getting in touch with a wisdom that is far too advanced for the thinking mind to think about.